What's up? What's up? Welcome everybody to Marriage Unmastered. It's me, your host Hen, and my lovely co-host, the one and only Shireal.
Hey, what's going on?
Back to you guys here on another day, blessed day. I'm just happy to record, aren't you, honey?
Yes. It's been a challenge. All of our technology is bugging out right now.
Yeah.
We are pushing through.
We're definitely pushing through because you know how it is when you don't want to push through. You be like, I'm all set.
So here's the thing. Everything went is off for us this week. So we typically like to record a week ahead so
Hmm.
that we're on top of things. But this week was a bit difficult. We had some challenges that we faced. Some family issues. I had to go out of town. So Henry was here holding it down with the kids, doing daddy duties. And it's just when we got back, it was like I got back really late, and then it was Sunday, and we had church, and it was 500 things we needed to do to run around
Shopping, grocery
shopping.
shopping, all that good stuff.
Our daughter's birthday is this week, so trying to prepare for that. Like everything is happening all at once. And then finally get the kids down after dinner and all the other things we have to do. And the computers are all acting crazy.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and solicit your services, our listeners. You know, those people that deal with tech, video, audio. Um, Come on, help us out.
Help us out.
We will pay you
We will pay you.
for your services to get us on
Yes.
the right track.
I pay for convenience.
100%.
And we are making it by the grace of God.
Yeah, ain't a word.
It's interesting too because when we decided to incorporate video, we never thought about it like it being an issue. It was just like, yeah, sure, we're gonna do video. Like
You know what? I think we were coming from the perspective of doing like reels and
mm,
TikTok and Instagram. Like, oh, it's simple, but
it's a,
it's
it's.
those 2 3 minute videos are simple, but when you record it for like over 15 to 20 minutes, it get a little technical.
I almost was like, look, we could just go back to the audio. We don't gotta do the video, but we
Yeah.
cannot go backwards. We've gotten on this path, and we're gonna power forward. So here we are, making it happen.
Hmm.
Period.
So now that we didn't got through all the red tape, let's get to the topic
Yeah,
tonight.
yes. So our topic this evening or today, whenever you're listening to this, is actually called I Am Your Home.
Mm,
Yes.
I'm your home.
You are my home, and I should be yours.
Oh, you are.
Okay. So this topic really comes from this week. Like I said, I had to go out of town. I had a death in my family, and it's a tough one. I mean, every death in your family is tough, but in my family, so we have my mom's side of the family is huge, and it really kind of stems from there's this foundation of siblings, and I think I don't have the number right. I know I'm about to get the number wrong, but it's between 7 and 12, so it's a lot of them, right? Mhm. So my grandmother is one of either 7 or 12. I can't remember the number. That is quite a bit of them, and they were all very, very close, very, very close. And they were born in the South, and they all migrated up north together, and then throughout their adulthood, some of them ended up back down south and some of them stayed up north. So my grandmother siblings all had children, and
Mm.
I mean multiple children, right? So those 7 or 12 became 60, right? And then those children had children, and I'm one of the grandchildren generation. And so, anyways, as I'm getting older and everyone's getting older, the 7 to 12 are dying off,
Mm.
and now the generation after that is dying off. So it was very I don't even know. I don't want to cry. So it was tough because it's like that foundation, that core that we grew up on and that is like the breath of our family is like we're like suffocating, when we start to lose them. So it was just a hard time and for everybody. Like and it's unfortunate because it's times like that where I feel like in my family at least, we always say, why does it always have to be a funeral to bring us together?
Mm,
You know what I mean? And it's true, but you know what? I think it unfortunately is a funeral to bring us together a lot of the times. However, we come together in times like that because we love each other. Like it could be nothing to bring us together. But it's like when times get tough, we show each other, we show up for each other. Um and that's kind of how this topic also came about because with our relationship, our marriage, when times get tough, we show up for each other.
mm-hmm,
Um, and no matter how far either one of us are, this is my home. Like Henry is my home. You know, it's like family is home. Your family is your home.
mm-hmm,
And I really it's times like this where you really know it, you know,
mm,
I guess. I
yeah.
hope I explained that correctly.
You did. You did. That was your emotions, explaining the best they could. Some things don't need to be said because it's a feeling,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, was it "You Are My Home"?
I'm your home.
I'm glad you are, and I'm glad that I'm your home. Um, where do I start?
I don't know.
So let's start from when we really begin to develop a great friendship within our marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think in the beginning we was times where we didn't like each other. We was like, oh my God, her again, him again. I mean, when I say that, I mean like you have your moments where when you come together, you know it's not gonna be the best of times. You get what I'm saying?
We don't always agree.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
always agree. And so saying like "You Are My Home" was like she's my home after I gotta get through all of that red tape, but you're my home. We had to learn, I would say we had to learn and we had to get there. It took some time.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
It took time. But we're approaching 9 years, so if we weren't there by now, we probably wouldn't be working out. Um,
Facts.
but it took time, but I think too it took experience, time and experience, life happening. There's over the course of the last 9 years, we've been through so many life experiences.
Yeah.
From unfortunate losing people in our family, to birth of our children,
Mm-hmm.
to birthdays and anniversaries and you know parents being sick and in the hospital, and I think
Miscarriage of our children.
miscarriages. We've been through a lot, and I think what happens when you go through those experiences with a person is you look to them
Mm,
and you look for them. And I think that that's how you become or you establish and you can say you are my home.
mm,
Because when I'm in those experiences, I'm looking for you.
mm.
I'm looking to you. Even with being far away, we still had a routine. And that's
Yeah.
another thing too. So like we have another topic that we were discussing actually, and I think it kind of mends in together, but like you being my safe space,
Mm,
so like I think the fact that I can be 10 states away and we still have a routine without, and it's not something we discussed either. It just was innately like
Oh
I
yeah,
knew what to do, he knew what to do. Like our routine did
it
not
happens
waver.
subconsciously. Yeah.
Yeah. So like literally it was like every day, between 7 and 7:30, I'm calling.
Hmm.
We're FaceTiming, we're getting the kids off to school. I'm not physically there, but I'm saying all the things and checking in and making sure the day is going well, making sure he's okay,
Yeah.
making sure the kids are good. And then in between the day, he and I are checking in just to say, how's work going,
Hmm.
or if something really exciting happened for me at work this week while I was away. And he's the first phone call, you know, no matter where he's at, he's my first phone call.
That was the first.
Of course you were the fourth. That's silly. He no matter where I'm at, he's my first phone call. And so it's just this innate routine that we have with each other because we've established a home within one another. And I think that is where couples they find safety and
Hmm.
security. Um Now I think we're if it were different, that's what breeds insecurity. If I'm down, gone, and he's calling me and can't reach me, or I'm calling him and can't reach him, and we don't know how each other's day is going, that's what breeds insecurity. And that's what breeds, like, yo, okay. You know what I'm saying? Where you
Yeah.
at? I'm not there, you're not answering, but that's not our experience with
Yeah.
each other.
It's also, I think that one thing that plays a real big part is trust,
Yes.
right? Do I trust you enough to be my home? You got me, I'm big on trust, and I have to trust you to a point where I feel safe in your arms.
Mm-hmm.
I feel safe with giving you and telling you all of my vulnerabilities, all of
Mm.
my insecurities, everything that I feel like what may hurt me or how I feel internally. In order for me for a man to say a woman is his home, he has to be to trust you on a level like that surpasses anything because
Mm.
for one, men don't talk. We keep our emotions hidden.
Mm.
And if you can find someone or experience a man that's telling you certain things,
Mm-hmm.
like don't ever take it for granted because the moment you do is like you lost them.
Mm. I could see that. I could see that. And I never want to violate that. And because I do understand how I understand vulnerability. I'm not a man and I'm not as protective of my emotions as you are. However, I still understand vulnerability and I understand like when you trust somebody with something, how important it is for you to protect that.
Mm-hmm.
And in our relationship, I think that we both understand that and we both really are protective of that within each other. It's funny, I so while I was away, I was talking to one of my cousins about you and I was like,
Oh,
oh God, I almost don't even want to say it anymore. I don't want to gas
no.
Henry or whatever. Um,
Put that battery in my back.
but I was talking to him, and I forgot what the exact conversation was, but it was something like on social media, like yeah, so dudes know what they get that dudes let Henry know that he has competition or whatever. And I was like, Henry has no competition. He was like, oh, and I was like, there's no competition. Like, there's nothing coming in between this right here. Like,
Mm.
but it's like, it's funny because that's the response. And that should be the response, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if we're solid, like, there's nothing that can compete with this. I love my sister in law. Margaret always says like so if a dude like so Margaret used to walk like from back and forth to work. She didn't live far from work, so it was like good exercise for her, whatever. So she would walk to work. And she would tell stories about like if a guy tried to like beep at her or say something to her, and she'd be like, can you take care of my 5 kids? Like, can you pay my mortgage? Like, this, if you want to beep over here at this, like, you got big shoes to fill. And pretty
Wait,
much is what she's
wait.
saying.
Not only that, she would say, "You take care of me, my 5 kids, and my husband."
Right. Like, so, but that's what it is, right? Like right here, like there's no penetrating this right here. And so, but that's the thing I think in a marriage that we have to be very um conscious of, like how we speak about our marriage, and the things that we do while we're not in the presence of our spouse, and the things that we say, because ultimately what we have to remember is whatever I'm saying about him, I'm saying about me,
That's a fact.
right? And like however I'm behaving is also behaving like behaviors that I should be able to do conduct myself in front of him. So those are things that I have to not have to remind myself, but those are things that
It's thing,
as a
but
married person we should
yeah,
be aware of.
yeah. You gotta know you. It's like if I go by myself, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for me and Shireal.
Hmm.
I'm an ambassador for the Lewis family.
Yes,
And so
absolutely.
if I get asked, I give you a perfect example. One of my high school friends, classmates, she had got in a bad car accident. She had died. So it was like randomly unexpected. We're all there. So you see people at the funeral you seen like 20 years that you went to high school with. So we know how some of us live through social media or keep in contact. So we go out, we have lunch. We're all talking, we laugh and talk about old times. And then they're like, "Oh, we want to get up tonight and go out to this like restaurant. It's like a restaurant bar, whatever." So they going around the table asking, "Hey, you coming? You coming?" People like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So one of the girls get to me. She was like, they was automatically said, "Henry, we know you gotta ask permission." I was like, "You already know." Like, I'm not even gonna go to that. I was like, "That's probably gonna be a no, to be honest." Or just not that Sherelle wouldn't allow me to go. Right?
Thank
She
you.
had no
Please,
problem. Yeah, I'm gonna
thank
put
you.
that in. The fact that in my mind, I'm like, it's a Tuesday night. We got a schedule. We got kids that you put in bed. So to spring this on her last minute,
It wouldn't have been
why?
exciting for me, for sure. It wouldn't have been exciting. And I'm the type that I'll try to pretend like it doesn't bother me. So I'll be like, I mean, if you want to, like, that's the answer I'm giving. I'm not like, sure, babe, go ahead, but I'm
And
not gonna
and if
pretend I'm that girl. I'm
and if
not
she would
that
have
girl.
called me, I would probably have to act like I'm not having fun. Baby,
You would not have to act like you're not having
I'm
fun.
telling you, let me give you the cheat code, fellas. If you out and they just listen to me
I'm
and they
listening.
call you, what you doing, babe? And you out doing whatever, friends or family, be upset and be mad and be aggravated because that's what they want you to
That
be.
is not true.
When you not with them, I'm telling you, that's why she laughed because you know it's true.
Do not listen to this man right here. I do not want you to be miserable without me. I sure don't do that. Well, I don't.
But
I don't have the cheat code because when you was
that
calling me, I was like, "What up?"
if I come home and you be like, "How was your day?" and I'll be like, "Yo, was mad for that." You be like, "Oh, really?
That is, Henry, please stop, please.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna let you have that.
That is ridiculous. I cannot believe you're sitting here saying like I don't want you to have fun without me.
Not too much fun.
Oh my god, whatever. He's ridiculous.
It's the
That
truth.
is not.
But
I can't even with you. I
that's
can't.
why she my peace, my home. I want peace.
I can't
I
with
don't
this
want
man.
I don't want problems.
Harry, I don't even want to. You are ridiculous.
What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
want you to not be having fun when I'm not there. And I don't want you to limit your fun if I'm not there either. That is ridiculous.
So let me break the science down for
I'm
you
listening.
in a
Let me hear
marriage.
it, please.
Every woman loves to have fun when they are with their man, right?
Yeah.
But when they are not with their man, they don't want them to have as much fun without them. This is a known fact.
Why is it a known fact?
because it's in your blood, it's in your system. Like nobody should have that much fun with Henry but me.
I think
Now,
you're ridiculous.
am I lying?
I think you're ridiculous. I honestly feel like that's ridiculous. I feel like first of all, if I don't feel like that, I want to be very clear. I don't feel like that. I feel like you just don't have as much fun. Like I don't feel like it has anything to do with how I feel about it. I feel like I just make things more fun.
So if you make things more fun, and I'm having fun, or something happens, and I'm not with you, and I'm like, yo, da, 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 what's your initial reaction gonna
I'm
be?
like, great.
That's right there.
No,
And she said it.
I'm
It's in
like,
the proof
great.
is
Like
in the
I'm happy
pudding.
that you're so having so much fun.
Rain, rain.
I'm legit like, okay, awesome.
Okay, so even if her response is genuine, and if say I come home and I be like, she be like, "How was your day?" And I'm like, "Da da." She be like, "Oh, okay, all right, right."
He is
And then
which I
she'll be
don't believe
like,
none of this
then she'll be like, "Well,
foolery.
I'm glad you home because we got this, and that to do, or the task list is coming."
The task list is coming.
Yo, if anybody ever seen
Django.
Django, Sherelle was like the dude, the main house dude, the butler.
I
That
cannot
was
believe you're about to compare me to
that
this
was like
dude.
keeping everybody like.
I cannot believe you're literally comparing me to this person. You're comparing me to the Samuel L. Jackson character of Django.
He should have been the main character, honestly.
I am not him. I'm offended.
You said that so lightly. I'm offended.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how to take this whole conversation. Why do our conversations always go left? Like he is
Because it's
my home, and now he calling me the. I don't even want to say what he was. The house dude.
the house. That's what it was.
You calling me the
The
one
head, the
that the
head.
snitch, the one that kept everybody in line, the one who was like super mean to his people. He's
You
like,
got
yeah,
you got a few you got a few traits
wow,
of
okay.
that specific character.
Uh,
What's the topic? Be my home.
I'm your home.
I'm your home. Yeah.
Which also, if we go back to that, you talking about you can't have, you don't, you're not supposed to have as much fun outside of me. You shouldn't. Not that because of anything that I feel or say.
I knew
If
it was
I'm
coming.
your home,
I knew it was
if
coming.
I'm your home, then you should feel most comfortable right here. Should have the most fun right here. Everything should be better here.
Okay.
Get out of here. I'm not
Don't
doing
okay,
this
so
with
don't
you.
get me wrong.
I'm not doing this with you.
This is fun. This is all fun. And I want it to be all fun all the time.
Life is not all fun all the time. That's not fair.
But that's
If
how
you at the club 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's not gonna be fun. Eventually, you're gonna be like, I want to get out of this dang on club.
it all depends on what club you're going to. Are you going to Costco
Sorry.
club, the BJ's
Any
whole
club. It don't matter
BJ's
what club.
wholesale
I'm talking.
club
First of all, you know I wasn't talking about
or,
no grocery store.
or dance
First of
club?
all, a party club. If you ask any club owner, not any, most club owners who has to be there all the time, they're sick of being at the club. They want to hire a manager to manage it so they don't have to be there all the time. Like, and I'm using the club because that's typically a place where people go to have fun.
No, I get you.
So if you're somewhere where people a carnival, like you get sick of the carnival. Like nowhere on the planet do you want to be all the time forever. Like that's a jail. Like that's like why the royal family says stuff like which is ridiculous, but I get it.
That's a whole
When
nother
they be like,
story.
but I'm saying they say like the palace is like a golden prison or something. I forget like the exact phrase, but it's been referred to like the palace is some sort of prison for them.
Oh, I believe it.
But that's what I'm saying. Most people are like, you live in a castle. the best prison on the planet. But for them, it's a prison. So like I'm saying that to say anywhere that you're like stuck in forever, which we're married, we're not stuck, but we're stuck. It's you're gonna experience all of the emotions of it. You're gonna experience the oh I like this. This is fun. This
We're
is
not
exciting.
stuck, but we stuck.
We're stuck together. We're gonna get through this thing, hell or high water. We're stuck. We both have agreed we don't believe in divorce, so we're stuck. This is it, unless God forbid. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I don't know why I even had to just see what I mean. Henry does these like ultra dramatic like things that make me have to go way super deep into
It's
explaining what I'm trying to say.
first of all, it's nothing ultra
Because
dramatic
you're like, we're
about.
stuck. Oh, we're stuck. Yes, we're stuck. We're married. You are stuck. Okay? You're stuck. I know that divorce exists, but according to the conversations we've had, we don't believe in that. Therefore, we're stuck. This is it.
Heavenly Father, give me
I can't.
strength.
I can't. I can't.
I love this woman, y'all. Ain't not gonna change.
I can't with him.
What you can't with me?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna just put this out there because now that's in my brain. There's things that go in my brain. Speaking of him being my home, right? This is my home, my baby. I love him. Listen, if something went crazy left and we ended up not together, the woman that would come after me, she would never, ever be able to provide him this type of home.
I'm not gonna even gonna respond because
Oh, now you don't want to respond, but you get to say what you want to say. But when I say something, I'm not even going to
I didn't
respond.
introduce any other
You said you're
situation like
stuck.
that.
We're stuck. So I'm saying, let me give you an out. Here's an out of the stuckness.
I don't want to be out. I like to be stuck in the mud
Okay,
sometimes.
I'm over this whole thing. I'm actually over this whole conversation now.
You don't need to be over this whole conversation. I am your home.
And sometimes you got to leave home and go on vacation
Mm,
because
to
they
what?
start acting crazy.
To appreciate home?
That's what you said. Henry told me sometimes we need to be apart so he was happy I was
Ooh.
gone. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said you. I'm happy you left. We have to be apart to appreciate one
Well, yeah.
another.
Okay, so I definitely was happy that you were able to lead, not in these circumstances, but to feel be free to get away. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of that, while I was away, my mom and my cousins and my aunts they want to do like a girls trip. So I think that'll be happening this summer.
Okay, so when we going? When I got
No, no,
take?
no, 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 no.
When do
This is
I?
my time to be free.
When do I never
You
said
just
free.
said that. You just said that.
No, to be free to be able to do that. Like, okay,
Free to be able.
you took that out of
Free to be able.
context.
I'm going on a girls trip, probably like July.
So,
Be like 3 days. It's gonna
what
be
days do
long.
I have to take off from work?
None. I'm going Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be back. I don't even do girls trips, but since he's so liberal with all this
I'm not. I'm
freedom,
not liberal with the freedom.
you just got mad
I
liberal with the
just
freedom.
no. I want to give you space to be like to enjoy yourself
Okay.
as a woman, as a wife, and not feel like I don't want to go on vacation, but I'm my husband and my kids. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't though, but you make me want to now that you make it seem like you need your
No,
space.
I want.
I
No,
need
no, no.
my space. Everybody needs space.
Okay, so I think that's another level in our marriage of like you experiencing things that you haven't experienced before in our marriage,
Okay.
and that's in the most like positive way.
Gotcha.
Like I
Maybe.
think we both had to travel by ourselves for bad circumstances, like when my brother
Mm-hmm.
passed. You know?
Right. Those are understandable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on your your little girls trip
My little girl's trip. Why I gotta be a little girl's
because
trip?
it's a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's not a lot. I can do a weekend.
I
Any,
guess we're getting once you hit that 10-year mark, start taking separate vacations, okay?
I don't even. I
Because
don't.
before, if you listen to any of our previous podcasts, our whole thing was we don't take separate vacations
We
because
don't.
we don't.
We
Exactly.
never have.
We never have.
Nothing was ever vacation for us. It was like business, whether it was family business or like church business. It was business. This new thing right here. But I got to get prepared because when they start calling you for speaking engagements and workshops and conferences all across the country, I don't like putting our children in the care of anybody else. So, I'll bite that bullet until we get financially set where they can come with us.
I was about to say, why can't I just negotiate that into my contract? Like,
It's gonna be times where you ain't gonna want to deal with children.
that's not true. I love taking my children.
I'm working and stuff. You're gonna be want to focus and go out and
That's
meet.
why you're there.
That's even worse because I need to be your bodyguard.
You don't need to be my bodyguard. How about we just bring my mama?
That's even better. Problem solved. Listen, y'all. It's
Listen,
it's
y'all.
been great.
Yes, because we got way off
We
again.
definitely did.
Listen, our bad. That's what we do. If you listen to the
Her bad.
podcast,
Her bad.
his bad, our bad. If you listen to the podcast, 9 times out of 10 we get off on left field, but it's all good. We come back because he's my home.
And she's my. Come on. She's my home.
All right, y'all.
Make
Enough is
sure
enough.
make sure you check us out on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, the internet. We're everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram, all that.
we out here
Marriage Unmastered, the same name everywhere you see us.
everywhere you see us.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Give us your comments, give us your feedback, and rate our podcast.
And tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, honey.
To tell a friend to listen.
All right, we will see y'all next week on Marriage Unmastered.
Peace.
Bye.